This morning on SportsCenter, the updated playoff picture after the NFL's Monday games. The NHL takes a break for the holidays early. We'll have the latest. The Bucks lose their star receiver Chris Godwin for the rest of the year, as well as yesterday's scores. SportsCenter right now. Morning, welcome to SportsCenter, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm Matt Giuliano. We'll start with yesterday's NFL games. The Raiders on the last-second field goal beat the Browns in the early game. Final score 16-14, both teams at 7-7 now. And in Monday Night Football, it was the Vikings holding off the Bears 17-9, the final score, after the Bears got a touchdown right at the end of the game. Now, here's the playoff picture. Not many changes in the AFC. The Browns now have a 17% chance to make the playoffs. The Raiders have a 9% chance to make the playoffs. Big changes in the NFC, though. The Bears got eliminated from the playoffs, but now the Vikings are in the 7th seed at 7-7. They have a 32% chance to make the playoffs. They're eliminated from the division. Their current projected first-round matchup at the Cowboys. Their remaining schedule at home against the Rams, at the Packers, and then at home against the Bears again. So, now we'll move on to the NBA scoreboard for Monday. The Sixers beat the Celtics 108-103. Bulls beat the Rockets 133-118. Thunder beat the Grizzlies 102-99. Jazz beat the Hornets 112-102. Warriors beat the Kings 113-98. And the Spurs beat the Clippers 116-92. That's your Monday scoreboard in the NBA. In college hoops, in women's basketball at the West Palm Beach Invitational, number 18 South Florida beating unranked West Virginia 77-55. Also in women's basketball, number 23 Texas A&M taking down unranked UTSA 77-51, and unranked ETSU losing to number 7 Tennessee 112-58. And in men's basketball, number 1 Baylor taking down unranked Alcorn State 94-57. Unranked Notre Dame beating unranked Western Michigan 85-52, and number 4 Gonzaga taking down Northern Arizona 95-49. And one game in the NHL, the Stars beating the Wild 7-4. Speaking of the NHL, it will pause its season tomorrow, 2 days before its planned Christmas break. All NHL team facilities will be closed from Wednesday through Saturday as the league tries to weather several COVID-19 outbreaks. Players are set to report back to team facilities on Sunday and resume daily testing. The NHL schedule is set to resume on December 27th. The decision left just 3 games on the NHL slate before the break. Yesterday's matchup between the Stars and the Wild. Today's matchup between the Capitals and the Flyers, which is 7 p.m. Eastern. And today's matchup between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Tampa Bay Buccaneers Pro Bowl wide receiver Chris Godwin suffered a torn ACL during Sunday night's 9-0 loss to the New Orleans Saints and will miss the remainder of the season. Godwin suffered the knee injury in the second quarter while falling awkwardly after a collision with New Orleans safety P.J. Williams. The New York Giants will shut down quarterback Daniel Jones for the remainder of the season because of his neck injury. It prematurely ends what many considered a make-or-break year for the young quarterback. Jones was officially placed on injured reserve Monday. He was hurt early in a Week 12 win over the Philadelphia Eagles, but managed to finish that game. He will end up missing the final 6 games of the season with what is being called a sprained neck. The Giants still remain optimistic about Jones' future after he completed 64.3% of his passes for 2,428 yards with 10 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. The Oakland Athletics have hired Mark Kotsay to be their next manager, confirming an earlier report by MLB Network. Kotsay was Oakland's third base coach last season and is a former bench coach with the A's. He now takes over for Bob Melvin, who left to manage the San Diego Padres. Kotsay is a former Major League outfielder who played for 7 different teams, including the A's. He finished his career with 127 home runs, 720 RBIs, and a .276 batting average. And with COVID-19 cases surging nationally and games in the NFL being impacted by the pandemic again, the Alabama Crimson Tide football team is returning to its safety protocols from a year ago as it prepares to take part in the college football playoff. Crimson Tide coach Nick Saban said Monday that the team is back to wearing masks in the facility and social distancing during meetings. He noted that more than 90% of his players are vaccinated and have received their booster shots. That's SportsCenter for this early Tuesday morning. I'm Matthew Merlino. Have a good day, everybody.